As you may have seen, Frontier has released the first dev diary for the upcoming Odyssey expansion to Elite Dangerous. For those of you new to Elite or unsure of what Odyssey is, in short, it adds space legs, the ability to get out and walk around, and, from this early look, planets with light atmospheres. While it's a rather brief look that raises many questions, it does give us a taste of some of what to expect in spring of 2021. Let's now look at a few key moments, starting with atmospheric planets. You'll notice they are very careful to call them light atmospheres, which likely implies a lot, such as we won't be getting full Earth-like planets. They also talk about flora without mentioning fauna, and it seems while this will be expanded from the tiny bit we have now, I certainly don't expect environments full of life. They also seem careful to say that you can leave your ship to walk on foot, bringing into question the ability to walk around your ships as well. Those new to Elite may not realize that when talking about features in Elite, you should never assume how something will work until it's explicitly stated. For example, when Multicrew launched, everyone's expectations was that we'd be able to share SRVs. Yet here, 2 years later, we still cannot. I also noticed the comment about planets with seas and basins, meaning we may be seeing liquid water on some surfaces. Finally, at the close of the video, they state that you can land on some of the planets and explore them on foot, potentially implying that we won't be able to walk on non-atmospheric planets. As many other creators in our community will likely be picking all these things apart, I'd like to discuss my biggest concern so far: how VR will be handled. We already know that Odyssey won't be supporting VR, but we don't really know exactly what that means or how it will be implemented. While I can understand the lack of VR support while walking around on planets, what I couldn't so easily accept would be the inability to fly through these environments in VR. The primary issue I see here is the transition between the two. I see two possible ways this could be handled. The first, and what I consider the correct way, would be when you go on foot, the game transitions out of VR and onto 2D on your desktop. This is already possible, as while in-game, if you've launched in VR, you can switch back and forth between VR and 2D at will in the graphics options. I fear, however, that it will be handled much like Horizons and Base Elite are now, where if you're in VR, you're in Horizons, and the only way to go down to a planet or walk around is to exit the game to desktop and relaunch in Odyssey mode. Then, when you're ready to leave the planet and fly around, you have to once again exit the game to desktop and restart in VR Horizons mode. While I'm disappointed that VR won't be supported on planets, especially given how wonderfully No Man's Sky handles this, if the transition between the two means exiting the game in a way similar to what I've already described, I fear that could end many players' journey with Elite, including yours truly. I've made it no secret that VR is what keeps me in Elite, as there is no other experience like flying with our excellent flight model in VR. A while back, I put up a poll that indicated 24% of players play in VR either some or all of the time. This is a huge number of players that are going to be affected by how this is implemented. It is my hope that there is still time for Frontier to handle what I consider a critical feature correctly. As for my overall thoughts on the update, I'm cautiously optimistic. There's a lot to be excited about. Flight through these atmospheres looks beautiful, and it could be just what the game needs to bring back veterans and new players alike. At this stage, there are way too many questions to offer a prediction. If Frontier listens to the community during this period, it could be the amazing update we all want. This has been Commander Exesius of EDTutorials.com, reminding you to fly dangerously, and thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll check out my other content, that you'll consider subscribing and supporting me here or on Patreon.